You are going to be so prepared for the next couple of upcoming special events in February that you're not going to know what to do. Nope, nope, nope. It's going to be so easy breezy because we're really getting down to nailing down our by day two rule of a new month. And so, this is the last week of January. Can you believe it? The last week of the first month of 2022 is here. So that means that pretty much probably by the next time that I have a next episode, which is going to be episode 50, it's going to be an order episode. But episode 50, by the time we have that, there'll probably be already past day two or close. Because we'll already probably be into February because this is the end of January. And so, as we take a little peek into February, we see already that there's a Valentine's Day. And if you want to have a very either unromantic Valentine's Day or what I like to call a well planned Valentine's Day, go to episode number 47, 47, I think, and get all the details on that. This is what I love about these mini planning sessions. I'm not really talking about work here. This is where we get to do life together. And I love that. I'm in my home, you're in your home, or maybe you're driving down the road, but we get to do life together in these mini planning sessions. And this is where I really want you to look up after having your head down, in the grind, look up, see what's coming ahead. And in episode 47, we took a little peek over into February and we saw Valentine's Day. And so I want to let you know that last night I discussed with my husband on the phone, who's traveling on business, about where we wanted to go and where we wanted to eat. And there's this neat little restaurant that is in the town over from us. And he said, let's go there. So I called them today to make the reservations because, I don't mind doing that. Remember, my end goal for Valentine's Day is that it is set up properly and perfectly for me to enjoy that day. And my husband too. He's going to enjoy it if I'm enjoying it and it all goes well. And I'm not playing a gotcha moment with him to see if he remembered. No, it's going to be set up for success. So I called them today, and lo and behold, like I said last week in episode 47, you better start making your reservations for Valentine's or wherever it is you want to go because it's already filling up. I could not get anything earlier than 4:30, which that's okay because we're getting older. We don't care. We can eat at 4:30. We can eat an early dinner. And so I made those reservations and I encourage you to do the same. Now, if you've just got to make your man do it, then fine, do it. But make sure it gets done. And so I can check that off my list. And the endorphins went off, and it was a lovely moment that I got that taken care of. So I am set. I'm pretty much set for Valentine's Day, other than I've got to get him his stuff. And I'm going to do that by day two of February because that's my role. So again, be thinking ahead. Think about what all you need to get for Valentine's Day, the cards, the shoe box, the stuff to decorate shoe boxes if you're still doing that for your kids, any of the gifts. Something that I've been doing for my grandkids lately for Valentine's Day is getting them some really good books. And so I'm kind of excited about that. And I'll be looking those up and getting those ordered by day two. So everything that you need, you want to get that in process. But guess what? There's another special event in February. If you live in the United States, you will be excited to know. And if you're a woman who loves football, like I do, that it's going to be the Super Bowl. Oh my gosh, like I don't even know who's going to be in it. I, of course, am a Tennessee Titans fan. If there was ever a year that they should have went to the Super Bowl or had a chance, it was going to be this year. Well, they're out. And so that was sad and unfortunate. But I'm still going to love it. I'm still going to love it. And I'm still going to watch it. And so we like to have our Super Bowl over at my daddy's house. My daddy lives across the street from me. My mother's already in heaven, but we have lived across the street from my parents for over 20 years, and that's been such a blessing. And so we always have it there. So my daddy gets to sit in his recliner, just like he likes, to watch Super Bowl Sunday, to watch football. And so we will take a bunch of snacks over there, and we're going to have a really good time. We do the finger foods, and everybody stays as long as they want. And so we have a really good time. So be thinking about that, making your grocery list, because by day 2, you want to get those things ordered. And I'll tell you this too. I was at the grocery store today. Yep, I went up into the Walmart, and I couldn't even find some of the chips I'm looking for. So you know that there's still some shortages in the supply chain and in, I guess manufacturing and different things. And so some of those shelves were a little bare. So make sure that you go ahead and get these things done like you want. Now, I have a good planning tip for you that I want to share with you. And the first thing that I want to share with you, of course, if you don't have the Lafoy framework guide, remember, Lafoy is for a lifestyle of faith, order, and influence. And I have this really nice freebie, Lafoy framework guide, and it's in the show notes. You can get it free, and it helps you to set everything up so that you can have an organized, structured life. And what I like to do, and of course, I've put mine in a book. See, it says Lafoy. If you're on YouTube, you can actually see it. And so I have created all of my own pages, and I just keep adding to it and adding to it. And one of the things that I want to let you know, if I haven't already, and I don't think I told you, and I just hate that I didn't, but for the month of January, I declutter my den. So for every month, I'm decluttering and doing a deep clean of every room. And that way, when it gets time to do a little bit of spring cleaning or fall cleaning, I've kind of been on this cycle where it's not so labor intensive. Like when I do spring cleaning or fall cleaning, like I'm going to do the really nasty, grimy stuff that I really don't like doing, like in the window sills and that kind of thing. But everything else, I kind of like, take the curtains down. And okay, so I've got a bunch of glassware in my den. So I'm pulling all of that out. I'm running it through the rinse cycle in my dishwasher, and it's just a good deep clean that I like to do annually. And then I like to go through all of my drawers and declutter and throw away stuff. And here's the thing, this is the beauty of having this kind of structure and doing this annually. Just keep it on a rolling calendar, is it has this compounding effect that I keep telling you about that just pays off big time after time. And so I'm not a minimalist by any stretch of the imagination, but what I do like about this constant cycle of decluttering is that it always reminds me when I'm out and I'm prone to buy more stuff, I have to go, I mean, really, sister, do you want to continue to add to the clutter? You're decluttering a room every month. So I get to have this conversation with myself. I get to look at the thing and go, okay, does it really spark joy or not? And if not, like, don't buy it, don't buy it. And so anyway, so I've been doing a lot of that. But anyways, this is my little schedule. And so I have a little wheel right here with all the months. And then down below it, it says declutter the den. So den is what I'm working on. So in my den, I have a lot of cabinets, and I store a lot of my serving dishes in those cabinets because I don't have space in my kitchen. I will say that if I ever build me another new home, it will have a dish room. It will have one of those rooms that separate from the pantry. It's going to be one of those rooms you go in, and then there's all of the big serving dishes and the crock pot and the slow cookers and all the things, the mixing bowl, like all of it will be in that room. So that's part of my dream home. So for future planning purposes, if you're thinking about building a new home anytime or buying a new home, make sure it has a dish room. I think that's just a must have these days. But I don't have the luxury of having that. So I have a lot of my serving trays in the den in my cabinets. And so I've been pulling those out today, looking at them. And I thought about this last year when I was doing this, and it's such a great tip. that I thought I'm going to share this with you for sure. I'm going to share this with you this week for sure. So, some of the serving trays that I have um, were passed down to me. And so they're antique. And if you're on YouTube, you can actually see. But I've got a really neat white milk glass, and it's got three little sections in it, and then it's got this little cup in the middle. So this is great for, like, putting shrimp and then putting cocktail sauce in. And then I've got this other one that's a big bowl with a really neat, again, a little neat serving bowl. So you can like chop up a bunch of vegetables here, put some of your vegetable dip there. And then I've got this other antique thing that I picked up. Some of this I'm picking up at, secondhand stores, and see, it's antique, and it's the neatest. I love it. And then I have some really nice Princess House serving dishes that are unique. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with Princess House. I don't think there's any more Princess House dealers out there, but I love me some Princess House. They have some of the most beautiful, like, nice serving trays. And I mean, they've got some heft to them. I mean, they're really neat. But anyway, so what I realized that a lot of these things I'm not using, like some of them I have not used in years. And last year I thought about this, and I've really been slowly working on it, but I'm going to like double down on this because it's the best idea really. And I'm glad to get to start to share it with you in this little mini planning session. Think about what serving dishes you have, the ones that you love or ones you rarely use. And when you're on Pinterest and you're looking up new recipes, make sure that those recipes that you're picking out for finger foods or for entertaining match what's in your collection of serving dishes. Isn't that a good tip? So many times we pick out food that we think, oh, that looks so good. And then we don't really have the right serving dish for it. But take your favorite serving dishes and make sure that you've got the right recipes to fit into those serving dishes. Now, obviously, at the Super Bowl, I'm probably not going to have out my antique and um, passed down heirlooms of serving dishes because they're not really the right vibe. But I still wanted to bring this up to you because you will be doing probably a lot of entertaining through the year or taking a dish over to a friend's house. And make sure to make good use of these beautiful, beautiful dishes that you have and have had and that you spent probably quite a bit of money on, that you're able to put the right recipes in those. And then people will not only be oohing and on over your food, but they'll be oohing and on over your beautiful collection of serving dishes. So that's my tip. So let's recap real quick. Make sure for Valentine's Day you are getting ready. Make that reservation. Wait no longer. And then be working toward your day 2 of February. Make sure that you're getting the Valentine cards, all the things that you need for Valentine's Day. And then don't forget there's Super Bowl Sunday. And even if you don't like football, you're probably going to go to a party anyway because that's what friends do. And think about, what dishes do you have that you want to take to that event, or if you're hosting, and what would be the right foods, the right recipes to put in those. And then you're going to be ready to go. And then you're always going to be able to get to use your favorite dishes, and you're going to have a great time. So that's it. Thank you for planning with me in this little planning session because I love it because it reminds me of things that I want to do as well.